I'm Robert Cavuto, and today on Metal Rules, we are speaking with powerhouse vocalist Marta Gabriel for Crystal Viper to discuss the band's new album, The Silver Key, which just came out June 28th, a couple of days ago. Welcome and thank you for your time today.
Hi, and thank you for having me.
We had a couple of glitches with Zoom, but I think we got it all squared away now, so thank you. I love the album. Is it, would you consider The Silver Key a concept album at all?
No, it's not concept album as well as The Cult, our previous album wasn't a concept album, but all lyrics on the album are connected, but not in a way that they tell one specific story. Every song tells some different story, but they are all inspired by stories and novels from Howard Phillips Lovecraft. And it was like, when I was working on The Cult and The Cult was released, I was keep on continuing composing music, writing lyrics, and it went all so natural, jumping directly to working on the new album. And with no doubt, I was sure that the lyrics on the next album will be inspired by Lovecraft as well, because I was keep on composing music and I was keep on reading his story. So actually, there wasn't even any specific conversation or decision inside the band whether we are doing this or not. We just did that. So here we are.
And that's the magic of it. Sometimes it just works that way. Now, what inspired you back when you first started writing and recording in 2007? And what inspires you now lyrically? Because I guess we talked a little bit about what inspires you now, but what inspired you back then?
Back then, it was, let me put it that way. My answer will be very kind of general, but it works the same since I write music and write lyrics. It's always to me like making music to me is like watching a movie. You watch movies and you forget about the outside world, right? Mm-hmm. About wars, the gray life, about problems and so on. And this is something that I want to include in my lyrics. I don't want people who will listen to my music, to Crystal Viper music, having their own problems and struggles in life, and then hear them on the album again. So it will, sometimes it's kind of depressing, and this is why I was always creating lyrics in a way like, so they are more like a movie. Like, music is like a soundtrack for life, but then you create lyrics to give it like another sense. And since the very first Crystal Viper album, you won't find any lyrics in our music about wars, politics, problems, depression, or anything like that. With Crystal Viper music, what we are doing, we want to entertain the people in a way to make them forget about the gray life that surrounds us.
Yeah, well, escapism. So it's always good.
Yes.
That's what I like in my music. Now, the title track, the Silver Key, is a powerful song. It really showcases your vocal abilities to throttle between the soft, clean to the full screams. What made you think that song would hit the mark for the first single and represent the album so well?
Actually, The Silver Key was the second.
Oh, it was the second. What was the first one?
Yes. The first one was Fever of the Gods.
Okay.
The first song that you can hear right after the intro, this powerful with heavy metal riffing and so on. And even during the pre-production process, so even before the recording session, when the songs were ready and when we were, we're talking about what to maybe work more on songs and so on, we already knew then which will be the 3 singles that we will put out to represent the album in the best possible way. So first one was Fever of the Gods, to show the band from this powerful heavy metal side. And we also have music video for this one. We did the music video for the song with a very good music video company from Poland, with Grupa 13. They did an amazing job with this music video. And for the Silver Key, which was the second single, we also have music video for this one. And the idea with this one was to show the band from more personal side, to show us working together in the recording studio, to see how we really are. And as we played last year at the Full Metal Cruise festival, we were there for 5 days, I suppose, and we played 3 shows night after night, and we gathered so much cool footage from the ship. So when we started thinking about music video for the Silver Key, someone just said, let's use the footage from the Full Metal Cruise. You know, it's Lovecraft. You were playing on the ship somewhere in the middle of the sea. This is just perfect. Yeah, so we did that, and we used even more this kind of, you know, very personal footages, and we included it in the video. And as far as I know, people who watched it and our fans, they are super happy about this one, and we received lots of positive opinions, and people keep on asking us, can you guys do more stuff like that? This is even better than seeing, you know, such professional music videos. Watching you doing just normal things, this is so cool. So I suppose it was cool idea.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost any money, right? It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, but you need to include all the work that we had to put into editing and stuff, and this also takes time. But yeah, it was like a budget zero music video. So yeah, this was the idea. And for the third single, we had Cosmic Forces Overtake, and it was out, if I'm not wrong, 1 week before the album release.
Got it.
So yeah, and now we have entire album out. So yeah,
so it's exciting. Now, what's fascinating is you're a multi-talented artist. You sing, you play guitar, you play bass, and you play piano. What made you switch from playing guitar to playing bass? What prompted that?
Actually, I started playing guitar pretty late when it comes, you know, because people usually start playing instruments when they are very young. So, for example, I started playing piano when I was 7. So until today, this is my main instrument, and I'm the best on piano among all the instruments that I play. I started playing guitar when I was 20 or 21, and I started playing guitar only to be able to arrange my own songs. Because until today, I compose all music with my piano. But to make the song complete, you need to make an arrangement, right? So for me, it was very difficult to communicate with my bandmates and to explain them guitar riffs with my piano. So I learned playing guitar to be able to play metal, to play riffs, to make the sound, to make the songs sound as I want them to. And at the same time, I started also learning playing bass guitar, because when I was already able to play some simple riffs and so on, programming drums with my computer, when I was recording demo versions of my song, I was like, so bass guitar is missing. This song will sound better if I would record bass guitar as well. So I started learning playing bass. So. Wow. Yeah, so actually I play bass as long as I play guitar. And what makes me switching from guitar to bass? This is another very long story, actually.
It's okay.
Yeah, because there was time in Crystal Viper where our former record company had an idea to make Crystal Viper look and present more like those female fronted metal with not some aggressive look for a woman, but to look nice on stage and so on, and to maybe get more attention from people if I'm not hiding myself behind the instrument. This was an idea to give it a try, to soften the look of the band a little bit. So I said like, yeah, okay, let's try it. We'll find another guitarist, and I can only sing on stage, no problem. We give it a try. We found another guitarist and only singing. And these were the most horrible live shows in my life because I got used to play instruments on stage as well. I felt so comfortable with, singing, playing guitar. And then I went on stage and suddenly something was missing. I felt incomplete. I didn't enjoy the show. I didn't feel that energetic as I am with guitar or with bass guitar. And after, I don't know, 3 or live shows, I was like, okay, I'm done. I am coming back on guitar to Crystal Viper. And the guys were like, yeah, but what we do now? We have 2 guitarists, we have a bass player. What we do now? And I said, so we will play on 3 guitars, like Iron Maiden. So in Crystal Viper, we have this period of time playing on 3 guitars and bass, like Iron Maiden. And, a couple of months ago, or maybe a year ago, our bass player's life got a little bit complicated, and he told us that he will be forced to leave the band very soon. And it was difficult for us because we are still very good friends with him, and we, during all that time we spent together in a band, it was amazing time with him and so on, but yeah, he had to leave. So we had Crystal Viper, 3 guitars, no bass. We played one show with 3 guitars without bass guitar, and a pretty interesting thing was that people didn't even notice that something was missing. 3 guitars, no bass. But yeah, show was very energetic. We also liked that. But then we thought that we cannot play like that. We need bass guitar to make the proper, lineup of the band. So guys from my band came out with an idea that maybe we shouldn't look for a bass player because they already knew that I play bass. So they suggested that maybe I could try playing bass on stage. And I wasn't sure about that because the truth is, I've always liked playing bass, recording bass in the studio. I recorded many albums actually as a session bass player and so on. So yeah, I can play bass. I do that many times in the past when it came to recording sessions and so on. But I've never played bass and sing the same time. Yeah. And many people think that when you switch from guitar to bass, it's easier because you have 2 strings less. Right. But this is not true. When you play bass guitar, you do the rhythm section. You need to keep on playing, following the drums. So for me, it was completely different. I remember my first live show with bass guitar. I don't think it was very good because maybe I wasn't stressed, but I felt like I wasn't mentally prepared for that, So after that, I had to practice because, when you sing and play guitar, you just play a power chord and you can sing entire verse of the song. With bass, you cannot do that. You need to keep on playing. You need to keep on playing with the drums. You do the rhythm section. So for me, actually playing bass and singing is more difficult than playing guitar, for example.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask, even playing guitar and singing is really challenging, particularly all the chord shiftings and, trying to keep the melody going, trying to keep the words going, and trying to keep the guitar going. But I was thinking the same thing, that bass is a little bit even tougher because you're following the drum and keeping the low end intact.
Yeah, but right now, to be honest, I really enjoy that. I love play bass on stage, and I don't even know if I want to switch back to guitar.
You look like a natural. I saw the videos. You look like a natural, so it works out well.
I feel so powerful with bass.
Yeah.
Who has the lower notes in the band? I do.
You look very comfortable and very natural with it, so it's all great.
Yeah, I love it, and I will stick to bass for sure for a long time.
Your vocals are impressive too. Do you double up all your vocals, or is that a program that does that for you? Just the doubling up sounds great.
Thank you very much. I'm actually self-taught when it comes to singing, but I will be honest with you. Since I started dreaming about my own band, singing in a band, and so on, I was always a fan of vocalists like Eric Adams from Manowar, Rob Halford from Judas Priest, Leather Leon from Chastain, Doro from Warlock, Tony Martin from Black Sabbath. And I was very often, I was doing something like this. I was listening to their songs, to their vocals, and I was thinking if maybe I can do with my voice something similar. Let's give it a try. So I was actually learning singing along with, listening to my favorite records, to my favorite albums and so on. But I believe also music school helped me very much with that my hearing is trained professionally. So yeah, that's it. I actually, in my entire life, it wasn't even singing lesson, but I booked one vocal coach once for 1 hour just to check if I'm singing properly, if I'm breathing properly during my singing to not damage my voice when I'm doing that. And I did a couple of exercises with this vocal coach, and that's it.
But are you doing harmonies, or are you doubling up just the exact same to make it more powerful?
But you are asking about recording albums?
Yeah, when you're singing the vocals, do you do it twice, or is there harmonies throughout, or straight up?
It depends. It depends of the song, because sometimes when you need part of the song which should sound very, very powerful, then you record the doubles. For example, on the Silver Key, I don't think there are doubles vocals. There aren't.
No harmony.
But I record lots of harmonies because they sound cool. I love harmonies.
Yeah.
Sometimes I even need to stop myself, because if I could, I would sing harmonies from the beginning of the song till the end. Yeah, but
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, but this is where your producer is there and tell you, stop here. You should stop here.
That's enough. It doesn't need to sound like Queen, right?
Yes.
You've been playing since the band, you have albums since 2007. Is it challenging dusting off some of the older songs? Do you have to go back and listen to them, rehearse them, and get yourself into the mindset you were 17 years ago to relearn them and play live?
The only difficult part about what you're asking me is to create a set list. Because the first album was in 2007, and it's been like right now we have 9 albums and some other additional releases with different songs. It's always super difficult to make a set list. We have a set list for this year, so it's like, I believe it's 18 or 19 songs.
Wow.
So try to imagine when you have only, for example, 1 hour on the festival and you need to choose only 12 songs while they are almost 100 songs recorded. It is not easy, but it's not like I remember all of them and so on, because if we would, for example, have to take another song from album number 1 from Crystal Viper, I'm sure we all would have to relearn it again.
Right. No, I get it. You started a tour. You're playing festivals, like we talked a little bit about. I think it was off camera. What new songs off the album are you playing live?
Fever of the Gods, The Silver Key, and Cosmic Forces Overtake. We are also considering about playing Heading Kadat, but we will see.
That's great. Now, you've been the constant, fearless leader of Crystal Viper, keeping the legacy alive and the band's sound intact and evolving and growing. Has that been challenging at times to do that?
I didn't hear the beginning of your question.
Sure. You've been the fearless leader of Crystal Viper, keeping the legacy alive and the sound of the band alive. Has that been challenging at times?
Not really, because I'm like, I keep on doing my thing, and what happens, then what will happen, it will happen anyways, right? So it's like, continuing my passion, which is music, still enjoying what I'm doing, still having lots and lots of fun on stage. You know, with me, it's something like that. And this is what keep on going. Try to imagine some people to feel this adrenaline in their veins, in their bodies. Some of them are jumping with a parachute or jumping on bungee line. With me, it's like, put me on the stage, give me my guitar and let me play. This is my adrenaline
40,000
shot.
people and 40,000 people.
Yeah, that's perfect. Of course, it's not always like that. Sometimes you play bigger shows, sometimes it's small shows, small club shows. But for me, to me, it's always the same. I'm on stage and then I can feel I can really feel I'm alive. And this is what keeps me going, keep on doing what I'm doing. And you know what? I really hope that I will be 70 years old lady
Awesome.
with gray hair, keep on standing on stage, keep on playing heavy metal.
Yeah, it's Alice Cooper, Rob Halford, all those guys are in their 70s. Sammy Hagar, they're all in their 70s and they all love it and they all keep going. So, and the fans appreciate it. You know, we love going to see those bands. So no matter what age they are, they're timeless for us and their songs are timeless.
If only my health will let me do that, I want to do that.
God willing, right? God willing. Are there any plans to come to the United States? Is that in the future?
You know, there were many times in the future that we almost get there. We almost get there, but there always something happened that we didn't make it. And right now, I really don't know. I really don't know if it will happen any soon that we will be able to visit USA, because the truth is, politics changed a lot over the past years. Even though, for example, 3 or 4 years ago, it wasn't that difficult to get there to play live shows, but right now, even the travel expenses, travel costs are not that high and not that, you know, this is not the final barrier that you cannot go to States, the travel cost. The first thing is that all musicians need to get this working visas.
Yeah.
Which is, first of all, it's not easy to get. And the simple thing is that they are so expensive that, getting there on your continent to play shows got very, very difficult for European bands at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing a lot of. That's what I'm hearing. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time. It was a fascinating interview. I love the album and I wish you the best. And if you do come to the United States, I will be there when you come to New York or New Jersey to come cheer you guys on.
Nice to hear that. Thank you very much for a nice
Have a great
for
day.
the interview and for supporting Crystal Viper.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bye.